Well, hello. Thank you so much for stopping by my video. I'm Charvette Mitchell, marketing strategist and marketing coach, and I am jumping on your timelines to talk about um, do you want the inside scoop? Do you want the inside scoop on marketing your service-based business? Let's talk about the inside scoop on marketing your service-based business. And again, welcome to all those that are joining me live across various platforms going on here, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter, and then later on Instagram. And if you're catching this in the replay, you are just as important. So put hashtag replay in the comments if you're coming on in. And so let's have this conversation midday, although I realize if you're in the replay, you are going to be catching this at various times. And so let's talk about the inside scoop. And who is this conversation for? This is tailored to my service providers. This is tailored to my high achieving women who offer amazing services. Accountants, therapists, real estate agents, consultants, life coaches, grief counselors, financial advisors, anyone in that service based arena where you are providing amazing services. Shout out. Hello, Betty. Hello, mom. Okay, so let's talk about the inside scoop. But first, where I want to start is around what are the things perhaps you have been trying to do at this point to market your business. Let's talk about the marketing activities that you perhaps have tried. So, number one, some of you haven't tried anything. So you may be listening and watching and saying, I haven't really tried anything. All right. So we're gonna stick that over to the side. Some of you have downloaded every freebie, every checklist. You've attended every free webinar that you could, and been in this space of consuming content, figuring out, thinking about, how do I market my business? And you've been in this consumption space. You've been in this consumption space. You might even find yourself, on social media, just scrolling, and you've been consuming, not producing, but more so consuming. Again, talking about maybe what are the things that you have been doing related to your marketing activities as we talk about what are some of the inside scoops for marketing your service-based business in particular. Some of you have DIY'd everything. Your marketing, your branding, you've just DIY'd it all. Like you're like, I'm doing all my graphics, I'm doing everything, I'm not hiring anybody for anything. And that's what you maybe have tried up until this point. You might have a selfie as your head as a profile picture, or no presence of yourself at all, because you've just been in this DIY mode. And then some of you, as we think about marketing your business, some of you have just maybe jumped from one idea to the next. Like, let me try this, or let me go over here and try this. And even it might even be related to your service. Well, let me try offering this type of service. Well, let me try offering it to this person. Well, let me try offering this. And so you've been kind of jumping around. And so let's talk about why those things aren't working for you related to your service-based business and marketing it and getting more eyes on it. Number one, if you're that person that's in that bucket of not doing anything, well, we know nothing from nothing, leaves nothing. So you got to do something. You are accountable for getting the word out about your business. No one else is going to be as passionate about your business as about your service as you are. So you got to do something, right? You got to have some skin in the game. For those of you that have been downloading free checklists, going to various webinars, and just consuming, been in this consuming space, the problem with that is that at this point, you are probably full. At this point, you might even be confused because one person says, do it this way. And then the next person says, no, you should be doing this. And then the next webinar you went to said, no, you should be doing this. And so then at this point, because of the consumption of all of this kind of free content, you are probably in a place of being confused, and you're probably full. And let me know in the chat what happens when we get full. A lot of times, and I'm talking about eating a meal and you get full, what happens? Oftentimes you fall asleep. Ooh, ouch. Oftentimes you fall asleep. Yeah, thank you, Ash. Saying over on LinkedIn. Yes, I meet so many entrepreneurs like that. I meet so many entrepreneurs like that. Thank you so much, Ash, for mentioning that. And so, if you are in that space of taking in and consuming, all of these freebies, again, the issue with that and the potential problem with that is that you may now be at a point of confusion, or you may be at a point of you are so full with information you don't know how to disseminate that and work that in your business. And then guess what? Different coaches have different approaches. They all can work. They all can work. The only issue is more than likely they are not all the components are not working all at the same time. So that's the problem when you think about marketing, of trying to pull from all of these different places. You probably don't have a support system. So one of the beautiful things that I love about my Platform Builder program and the clients that are in that program is that they, in and of themselves, they connect. They support each other. They form partnerships. They go off and do projects. And there is a central hub of support. And so that is something that you want to think about if you've kind of been on this journey alone, as we talk about, you wanting the inside scoops to marketing your service-based business. One of the inside scoops is that you need a support system, and you need to be around others that are going in the same direction that you're going, and that also have similar focus on their marketing and their branding as you have. Welcome if you just popped on in. I'm Charvette Mitchell, marketing strategist and marketing coach, just sharing some inside tips on marketing your service-based business. I am talking specifically to our service providers, those high-achieving women who offer amazing services. I'm going to take a drink of water real quick. Feel a frog in my throat. All right, there we go. So that's who we're talking to today. And so start off talking about what are maybe some of the things that you've been trying, and also talking about what is not perhaps working, what is not working. Go ahead and share this video out. I know that there are people on your timeline that need this. Go ahead and share this out and make a comment if you like, if you're listening live or if you are listening from the replay. So the things that you're doing that perhaps they aren't working. You don't have a support system. Also, the other thing around your marketing and marketing the services of your business is that you don't have a cohesive view of your marketing. Because if you're just kind of pulling here, you might say, well, I'm on social media, but then there's no email, or there's no transferring the people off of social media into your space. Or you might say, well, I'm trying to get in front of new customers, but there isn't any speaking, or you aren't attending events. And so there's a structure and a platform that you can create that includes all of these components that are focused on your marketing. And so you want to focus on one thing at a time. And that's one of the things that might not be working for some of you for your marketing, is that if you are in that space of let me jump and try this, let me jump and try this, and let me jump and try this, your audience hasn't had time to marinate with your services. Your audience hasn't had time to recognize your services. Branding is largely about visibility and consistency. Visibility and consistency, excuse me. Visibility and consistency. Let me prove it. McDonald's will have a 3-year-old in the car having a panic attack because you won't stop and get them chicken nuggets. Hold on. Listen, this is reality video going on here. All right. Let me prove the point about marketing and branding being about visibility and consistency. McDonald's will have you, if you have a 3-year-old in the car who cannot read or write, and you go by McDonald's and don't stop and get them chicken nuggets, they're going to have a whole panic attack. Why? Because that 3-year-old, McDonald's has been so visible and so consistent in the community that child who cannot read or write recognizes McDonald's. And so what happens with your marketing and with the activities that you may be doing, if you're jumping from one thing to another, if you're saying, okay, I'm gonna offer this service. Now, next week, I'm gonna offer this service. Well, then next week, I'm gonna offer to this person. And if you're jumping around, your audience doesn't have time to recognize you. And we all know a common consensus in the industry is that people need 5 to 7 interactions with you. So your audience hasn't had time to recognize you. So focus on, as we talk about, you wanting the inside scoops on marketing your service-based business. If you have a service, I want you to take 6 weeks. That's what I'm talking about. Actually, the last 2 weeks in my platform builder sessions with my clients, launching things. And there's a 6-week window where you only talk about that one service. You don't talk about anything else. Why? To give your audience time to marinate, to experience you, to experience your service. All right. So you might say, okay, well, what else am I supposed to be doing? As a service-based entrepreneur, and I mentioned this, and if you watched any of my videos last week, your personal brand really is the brand of the business as you are growing and as you are emerging. So at some point that might not exactly be the case, but I'd still argue that it will be the case for a while. But as a solopreneur, as maybe somebody that has 1 or 2 people working with you, your personal brand, you have to think about your personal brand as equal to the business. That's an inside scoop. The business in and of itself has a brand, but guess what? As a service provider, if someone is hiring a real estate agent, they are hiring that real estate agent, not the company they work for. If someone is hiring a therapist, they're hiring and connecting with that therapist, not the overarching company. And so your personal brand and elevating the visibility of your personal brand is going to draw attention and attraction to your business and increase your clients. So let me give you some other things to think through as we talk about, like, what are the inside scoops? What is the inside scoop for marketing your service-based business? So the biggest aha is that you have to shine a light on yourself and your personal brand and build your platform. And that may be scary. Let me just recognize that. It may feel scary for some of you that you don't want to come out in front of the brand, but you do have to come out in front of the brand. So here's some things to consider. What perception does your potential audience base, your potential clients have about your business? And when they see you, when they come across you on a website, when they come across you on social media, when they come across you wherever, what is the perception they have? Hey, Ayana, financial services checking in. She said, correct. People connect with us. Absolutely. What is the perception that they have without talking to you, before they get to talk to you? Visually, does what you visually have represent what you bring to the table, or is it distracting them? So I want you to think about that. The other thing I want you to consider is that once people do find you, do they see you as an expert? Have they had enough opportunity through your content marketing? That's why we call it content marketing. We're talking about inside scoops. The content that you put out is the voice of your brand, but that also lets people make a decision of, does this person know what they're talking about? Is this person an expert in whatever their field is, of whatever service they're providing? If they're a life coach, if they're a consultant, are they an expert? Guess what? You do that through your content marketing. So now then that begs the question of, what kind of content are you using and how are you showing up as an expert? Not just kind of putting things out there, but showing up. How much video are you doing? Oh, how many podcast interviews? Are you out speaking? All of those things lead to positioning yourself as an expert, which is going to put you at the top of the list and as one of the top choices for people who are looking for your services. All right, that is an inside scoop for marketing your service-based business. So listen, if you are a high-achieving female entrepreneur who offers services and you are ready to ditch being invisible and unpolished, but ready to shine a spotlight on your amazing expertise and services, I invite you to a call to talk about my Platform Builder program. You can just jump over to platformbuilder.biz right there on your screen. Platformbuilder.biz. You can jump over there, find out more details about this program, and apply. I invite you to do that. The last thing that I want you to consider as we think through your growing your service-based business and marketing your service-based business is how you are getting in front of new audiences. So once you've decided, okay, I'm gonna put myself out there, and then I'm going to get on use my content marketing, which includes social media, email, video, all of that is content marketing. Then now, how am I getting in front of newer audiences? How am I getting in front of my ideal clients? And that's where we talk about speaking and hosting events. So I want you to kind of think through, well, when was the last time I spoke somewhere and it drew attention to my services and my brand? When was the last time I either went to an event and I realized we have the virtual and the in-person events going on? Matter of fact, I'm super excited. I'm 3 days away from hosting my 6th annual pop-up conference here in Richmond, Virginia. It's a 3-day event, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So I'm super excited. Got to tell you that hosting that event is one of the pivotal things that shifted in my brand. And I teach and train my platform builder clients about events and creating community for your audience. And so speaking, going on podcast interviews, all of those types of things raise the visibility and get you in front of new audiences. That is the inside scoop. So for service providers, all they have to do is experience you. All they have to do is hear you. And so your job is to get into spaces where your potential customer and your potential client can experience you and can hear you. All right. So that's it. Just jumping on real quick. I know that several of you will watch this in the replay. Come back and type #replay. Or if you have any questions about anything that I've mentioned, type those in and I will respond directly with you. Again, I'm inviting high achieving women entrepreneurs who offer services into my Platform Builder Program 2022 cohort. Listen, we're excited. Ayana Smith is hanging out here. She's currently one of my current Platform Builder clients in this current year's cohort. And she's also one of our speakers at the pop-up conference coming on in. Thank you, Ayana. I look forward to seeing you this week. But I invite you to check it out, platformbuilder.biz, right there on your screen. And you can find out information and apply. And let's have a Zoom conversation to see if it's a good fit for you, to see how we can position your services, your personal brand in front of the right customers. I'd love the opportunity to work with you over 12 months starting in January. Actually, I have some bonuses that start in December, but jump over to platformbuilder.biz and find out information and just schedule a call. Just schedule a call so we can chat and see if it's a good fit. Again, I'm Charvette Mitchell, marketing strategist and marketing coach, and I will be seeing you on the web. And actually, I'm going to be back on live tomorrow. So check back on all of my pages and check back tomorrow for our next live stream. All right. Have a great Monday. Welcome to November. You got 60 days to finish strong. All right. Bye.